Well-paid sources reported that a submarine had recently tied up at Dock 11 in the Hamburg harbor. But that was not all. Top-secret documents were also said to be at the dock, showing the routes of various German submarines in the North Atlantic. It would be a nightmare for the Nazis if the papers fell into enemy hands. I was infiltrated into the German Reich for exactly this purpose. No agent had ever returned from there alive. Only once I had the papers in hand would I be able to move on to the second part of the operation. The destruction of the submarine, for which air support had been promised. But first I had to find a way onto the docks.
And welcome to Germany. This time around, we're going to search the infiltrated into the Reich, and we're going to search for confidential papers that would really compromise the Nazi effort. And in addition, afterwards, the second part of the mission, to destroy an entire submarine. That way, the German air support will also be compromised. And as the very in-your-face, piercing music score plays, so does the difficulty rise even further. And I do believe that Violet, or God, I keep saying it, Violette has some additional kill animations now that we're in a different attire altogether, which is pretty cool, if I do say so myself. And boy, yeah, that music just drills. It's ridiculous. And now that Schunsel the Butcher is dead in Paris, we can actually attack the offensive, I guess you could say, of the Nazi regime. And really, I have to say that this is when the game really, you start to really feel those checkpoints, because the checkpoints are really sparsed out, and the game just gets a lot more advanced, and they expect you to know the stealth mechanics by now, so you know you don't want to be at fault. Yeah, check that out. Now, wasn't that a cool kill? That was neat. Yeah, we just gotta be extra careful. This guy, you know. Ooh, he might have almost saw me there. You know, it's all about keeping in the shadows in the German docks here. And like I said, like Paris, the previous mission was orange glow, brown lighting, and very desolate. This one is turquoise and very hazy, and there's fog rising above. It's just, it makes you feel cold and wet. That is kind of what I feel like the game is trying to make you feel. And it works well, too. It works really well. Don't turn around, buddy. Just keep inspecting those crates and all that junk. Thank you for that. Alright, and that's the first section. I think that does earn us a... And I like these, like, chain link climbs. Those are cool, too. That does earn us a checkpoint, I do believe. Yes. And we almost have another level, which is going to be well. So yeah, as you can see, instead of the orange, we got this blue. I mean, it's a direct contrast of I guess because in France you're kind of more in home base a little bit, and they're attacking your own home base. But in here we're infiltrating a more unknown aspect. It's unfamiliar, and that's kind of what this cold, dark colors I think would represent. And I could be entirely wrong, but that's how I interpret it, and I hope that's the way it works. It's very nice otherwise. So our current mission, not including getting the papers and destroying the sub, is we're looking for a way to the docks to find the papers. A little bit of animation there for jumping down. It's always kind of nice. And here we're going to really see that the stealth leveling up is very important. We're at level 4 out of 5 right now.
The exit was blocked, but the lever for the winch had to be there somewhere.
Hoffentlich kommt bald die Ablöse.
Have to be very careful and have to time this light coming off just right to get through this guy's vision. Perfect. And as you see, as the light turns back on, you don't got much leeway. And if I would have had stealth 1, I don't know if it's possible. But now that Violet... God damn it. So I had to give that guy some... Oh, that guy's humming it now too. That's really cool. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but that's really cool if that is why. Huh. In any case, holy shit. Violette is a dangerous person when she starts to flank around and get behind you. That's all that is needed. And I like how she has her hair up too, such as more of a wet mission. You know, her hair could get in her face and in the way otherwise. So we need to find a way to get this crane lifted up. And yeah, that brief moment that I ran is all it took for a enemy to now start investigating where I am. That's ridiculous. Like, you cannot do it at all. Holy crap, buddy, will you slow down? Please. Yeah, like, he seriously knew where I was from that brief run I did. Like, you cannot fool around with the way that the stealth mechanics work in this game. You cannot fool around, and by now, they expect you that you know not to fool around after playing in Paris and on those missions, so, you know, don't. Alright, there's a lever to the winch, but climbing up that fence with the bright light would definitely compromise us, so it looks like this guy might have a grenade on him. This could work out well. Yeah, I say that worked out pretty well, because that took care of another target. And as you can see, you can't go through this. And this is light, so you know they want you to do it. They want you to handle it in some way other than ghosting. It's pretty much not the way you're going to do it. And finally, the winch goes, and we have access to the bottom and to the docks. Perfect. And I happen to know there's no more enemies in this area at all, so I can kind of run for it. But generally, you want to sneak around through most of the game. All right, section 3, I guess. Once again, very little cover we have. Got to be careful. I happen to know exactly where to go, though. Never fun being in a direct light in this game. It's definitely unwanted and unneeded. You know what? Don't do it yet. Whew. Had a second idea that, yeah, that guy would have been coming around the mountain as I would do that. So we'll wait until he passes by again and is far enough away so I'm not heard, of course. Boy, that music is loud. Whew. Really gives you a sense of dread. That's for sure. Oh, really cool pose she did there. It was awesome. That was badass. Alright, buddy, you're next. It's pretty much, you pretty much have to take care of enemies in order because of the way that they use light and darkness in the environment and how the patrols are. Some are stationary and always just face one way and such. It's just, it makes sense. Makes sense such that it's very obvious that this guy would have to be your last. Last indeed. No problem. Alright. Power off with the fence. Random guy sitting in here, and it seems to be an officer in the next room. So let's see if we can do a little finesse and do a dead human target distraction. Gotcha. I believe the secret objective in this mission is to kill these high-ranking officials. I believe. I'm not positive on that. But in any case, really, once we have stealth completely full, I really could get through the game with just that, but it would just make it slightly more tolerable towards the end to start leveling up the rest of the items. Exchange Colt for a flare gun with 3 shots. Flare gun's good because it's an instant kill. It lights them on fire. It can also use to ignite barrels in one shot. So, definitely a lot of uses to this. And a letter.
Top priority. Hamburg, 12th October 1943. Officers only. Secret Imperial matters regarding secret documents for submarine Operation Ice Wolf. Due to special circumstances, the following must be expressly indicated. All matters connected with Operation Ice Wolf are to be dealt with autonomously. All secret documents from the submarines U-125 and U-128 will be held for the time being in the commanding officer's safe at Dock 11. The documents are to be protected at all costs. Orders which are necessary for the security of the documents take precedence over all other orders. By proxy, H.H.G.F. Kleinbaum, S.D.
Just a lovely voice actor that they had for Violette Summer. It's very nice. Very well done. So, the secret documents happen to be in Dock 11 in the high-ranking commander's safe. And so that is where we are going to find ourselves. It's Dock 11. But we still have a ways to go in this beautiful turquoise lighting of this level. With the power off, we can go ahead and slip over the fence, get a checkpoint, I believe. So you start to memorize what these checkpoints are because you're like, oh my god, thank god for these checkpoints. Yes. And we're just going to do a lot more assassinating and fanoodling. And a little more explosive zing, too.
Hast du dir schon die neuen Boote angeschaut? Klar. Die U-128 und die U-125. Die neuesten Modelle. Die besten U-Boote der Welt. Mit denen werden wir den Jungs da drüben ordentlich einheizen. Scheinst dich ja auszukennen. Das ist mein Steckenpferd. Mein Schwager ist Oberfähnrich bei den...
Lovely. That is how you handle a triple guard patrol. And this is how you handle a double guard patrol.
Mann, da müssen die grauen Wölfe ja mal wieder richtig einen gebechert haben heute, was? Hast du vorhin den einen gesehen? Der konnte kaum noch laufen.
Mich wundert's eher, dass die Kapitäne, obwohl sie Landgang haben, trotzdem noch hier bei ihren Booten pennen.
Die sind eben mit ihren Booten verheiratet. So ist das. Wir sollten besser gut auf ihre Schmuckstücke aufpassen.
Da kannst du dich drauf verlassen.
See, shadows are good, but sometimes you can use other aspects as well. Hope this guy can't see me from here. It's risky. Oh boy. Alright, so the reason I don't get that guard first is because he is actually pushed back further, and this guy goes in further. So if I killed that guy, he might see him die. It's very important. I love when they do that hum. It's so hilarious. It's so obnoxious. Oh, it's great though. A little bit of a comic relief in this dark, dark game. Alright, buddy, you're next. Last cigarette. And who were they talking about, this drunken wolf captain? What are they talking about in here? Let's see.
A German submarine captain, completely drunk. I could make sure he never woke up again. One experienced hunter less.
Exactly. There's no morals to this. He's a evil, evil human being. Goodbye, buddy. And morphine if I needed it, but I don't. So, we're pretty good to go. This is actually going pretty swimmingly, actually. And, this could be our entrance to the docks, because the docks are over there. The actual docks. I don't know if it's dock 11, per se, but it's a dock nonetheless. Alright, looks like we need to lower this crane to get across. Extremely necessary cutscene. I'm not sure who directed that. I guess we need a cutscene of this thing lowering, even though it's right above us. Oh well. Guess that works. And it's cool. It's not just sound effects. It's actually planes in the air going past. Very cool. Alright, here we go. Let's go, Violette. Better get your name right.
Ja, schon die Augen von den Dämpfen hier. Die hätten mir wenigstens eine Gasmaske geben können. Bin ich froh, wenn meine Schicht vorbei ist.